Well, welcome all, and welcome Mr. Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Sport Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my overseas viewers and interstate viewers. It's a very warm day in Chelsea today, 32 degrees.
It's very warm.
Unnatural sort of weather, but
it is.
We'll cope with it.
For autumn. Now, before we get into the cricket, football, and other various sporting events, you want to show us
a little bit of bit of nostalgia photographs of my daughter a few years ago when she was modelling. Just give it a bit of a brush up and clean up, and she was a very good model. She was modelling lingerie and spas and
all sorts of things.
Yeah, she still looks pretty good now. But they're pretty good photos there for all my viewers around the world.
A little bit of a compilation done up of your daughter there.
That was all her own poses too.
Okay.
And dresses.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, so I sort of show them overseas viewers what my daughter looked like when she was. Well, she still looks pretty good now.
Very fresh faced.
Very photogenic.
Photogenic, laughing and all the emotions.
Very good. So that'll be might brighten a few of my viewers up all around Australia.
Yep.
Around the world.
Well, very good. Well, let's get on to the sports of the day. Now, we've sort of talked about the modelling career of Danielle, but Australia and West Indies. This was a few days ago. What happened? 2020. Oh boy.
Look, it was. They're good to watch. I mean, I must say they are good to watch. But Australia, and I'll tell you something. Now, West Indies will win the final.
You reckon?
They will win. They've got the best spinner. I'll mention something about it. The best spinners. They've got the best bowlers for 2020 games.
He has that knuckle ball.
He's a gun, and they will win the tournament.
Okay.
I said Australia would probably win 2 weeks ago.
Not New Zealand. New Zealand's our only hope now.
Well, that's your side. Yeah, all the best for them. But no, I do think West Indies.
Australia's out.
You got to have the. You don't need any. I'll say something about that later. You don't need any fast bowlers in this competition. Do you know why? Because you get hit back twice as hard.
Yeah.
Spin bowlers, they control the game.
Now, was West Indies too good, Barry?
They were miles too good, Colin. We had Warren's failed again, and Watson is another pathetic performance. But our bowlers, I cannot believe they let Mitchell Starc bowl a second last over. He cannot bowl. He got 19 off one. We're going easy. The next thing, they need 40 off 3 overs, and he gets 25 off 2 overs.
That's crazy, isn't it?
He should have. Look, that Jimmy Mirpur, I don't know why he didn't bowl him again, because spin bowl, he's going to be a star, that kid.
Did you play with his father or someone like that?
I play with his
grandfather or something?
His uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah, Billy Mirpur. If you're watching Billy Mirpur in Richmond, that's his nephew. He got Chris Gale now, Colin.
I know.
Yeah, and
when he was going strong.
Yeah, and of course we had 3 overs to go. We had them on toast. They needed 40-something runs.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
19 and 20 off 2 overs.
All right.
Mitchell Starc.
Message?
Woof. You got to get rid of Mitchell Starc, and you got to get rid of Shane Watson. That's early, Bill. I'll say something about Shane Watson.
Let's go on to Shane Watson. Is he finished as a 2020
player?
Look,
he's had more chance than who's a fellow who's always been a lot of chance over the last 100 years. Can't think of his name now, but Shane Watson has had too many chances, and he cost us the game. He played forward to a stroke. The wicketkeeper dropped the ball and didn't even go back on his crease again. He had 2 chances to get back in his crease. He just stood there.
It's crazy stuff, isn't it?
No, and he makes about 10 runs, and big deal. So
who else has finished in the
Mitchell Starc can't. He's not a bowler.
No. Brad Hodge.
Brad Hodge should never be playing.
Bradley Hogg.
Yeah, they're too old. I mean, they're repaying them for not playing years ago, but they're finished. Darren Lehman, get rid of him. Especially Mitchell Starc. He was bowling full tosses in the second last over. And we had him on toast.
What do you think of the fast bowlers in 2020?
Look, I don't reckon you don't need them, fast bowlers. I mean, West Indies proved that. They opened with 2 spinners. And the spin on the ring, he's a freak.
Yep.
He bowls on this way, back ways, and don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
And you don't need fast bowlers, because the faster the ball comes down the column, the faster it goes over the fence.
So you reckon get rid of them? What about Sean Tate and these really fast guys?
So anyway, 2020.
What about Mitchell Johnson? Would you not have Mitchell Johnson in your team?
Well, he might be an exception.
He
might. He might be, but I don't think Anyway, this 2020, this is all rubbish anyway. It's all crash and bash, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who gives a stuff you win the 2020 competition? The test and the 1 days. They're good.
Well, let's just talk about this Indian game a little bit. Not much to talk about, but...
I'll just say they won by 73 runs.
Who? India?
India beat Australia by 73 runs, and I'll mention the Brad Hogg opener bowling for Australia. Can you believe it? He's 39 going on 60.
He's the same age as me.
39 going on 60, and what is wrong with Jimmy Mirpur?
So there's people saying to you, are you ageist?
No, look.
Are you against the
ageist? No, look, but there's a certain time when, Bradley Hogg, he's a good cricketer, a good fellow, and whatever. Look, he can't field. He's too slow out in the field. He dropped 2 catches.
You got him opening the bowling.
I switched it on. I said, "What's going here?" Bradley Hogg's opener. Hodge. But he got a wicket in the second over. The fellow mishit it, went about 100 miles in the air, and he caught it.
Crazy stuff, isn't it?
I mean, so Darren Lehman, anyway, forget. Here we go. Quicker this 2020 is over, the better.
So, you've talked about sort of your negatives. Is there any highlights in those games?
Yeah, Glenn Maxwell. I'll say something about him later.
No, say it right now.
No, I'll give it. Those 2 catches he took in that innings against West Indies, freaks. One was halfway over the line, but his feet was on the ground. He took the catch. It was going 100 miles an hour. And of course, he made 47 in about 10 minutes. He's the only upside in the whole competition. So
Australia sort of like, they're good at the long form.
We're finished now, we're out now.
Yeah, you're finished now. Because of that loss to India, they've got no chance, no mathematical chance, nothing.
Have they got, I heard someone say they're going to play Bangladesh.
Yeah, still got one more game, but they'll only win, have they won a game? No.
So, why are they
they're going to play Bangladesh in the group series.
A practice game?
No, it's to finish off the group thing.
Anyway, cricket's over better. I won't be watching anymore.
Cricket's over, but we hope that New Zealand wins.
Well, have they got a rough chance or not?
They got a rough chance.
Yeah,
they're still in.
Are they unbeaten?
No, they're still in. They're not unbeaten. They're still in. They could make the semis.
Oh, well, we'll have to vote for them.
There we go. So we've changed...
That's your mob.
My mob.
Because Colin Sutcliffe's in New Zealand, see, Kiwi.
That's right, Kiwi by birth, 11 years over there, first 11 years of my life. Okay, well that's the cricket. We're finished with the cricket, Barry. Let's move on to football. Football season is well and truly here. Next week we have Chelsea versus Edie Asp at where?
Down at Edie Aspendale's home ground.
What day?
Sunday, which is a stupid day for football.
Is it Sunday? Are you sure?
It's Sunday. I mean, it's...
Because I got a message saying it was Saturday.
No, it's Sunday.
Okay.
We play EDS twice, and they're both on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Alright, we might have to check that
out.
I'll
be down there. Remember
last year? Live there. This would be the first broadcast live, but they had their last practice game against Bentley.
Last Saturday, yeah, and very
How
impressive.
did they go?
Very impressive, Colin. And Bentley, they were premiers the year before, and the division just a bit lower than us. But they're a very good side, and yes, we had Fia back, of course, 2-2, and everyone knows him as 2-2. He makes a big difference. He got a bit tired halfway through the second quarter, but he come back on. He'll be all right. He'll be a big factor this year, because he's fit. He's lost 2 stone, and he's just come out of a rugby season, which is pretty rugged. Yeah. A lot of physicals, and he hits them hard. When he hits them, they just sort of fall over. But
he's very athletic.
He is very mobile. He's about 98 kilos. How are you?
94.
You're 94, but he's
heavier than me.
He's all muscle. He's
like me. Sort of like me.
Colin Sutton's a muscle man, yeah. But some of the players that stood out, Colin,
tell us.
On Sunday.
Tell us.
Well, nothing unusual for Toddy Gardner to be the best on the ground. 34 possessions, 2 goals and 3 away.
Best and fairest 2014.
He will be best and fairest everywhere, wherever he goes. Jackson Arthur in the ruck killed them all day. Bradley Clark played a brilliant game. Curtis Bywaters, another 4 goals.
Oh, really?
He's back in business.
Looking slimmer.
And Hudson Thomas, he took some marks like some of the Tony Lockett marks. Just got up there and stayed there.
Just bang.
He's only about 6'1", but he just gets up there and just stays. two brilliant goals and two brilliant marks, Hudson Thomas. But he's a full forward. But he's improving all the time. Because my good friend Benny Fenimore, he's a fellow who broke his leg last year. Back in business, playing well. But that was a pretty good all round. Rory Greig played a top game too. Centre half back, full back. Yeah.
You've been slightly impressed with him after.
I was one of his biggest critics 2 years ago. But don't worry. I shook his hand. I said, "Rory, you're cool, mate." He said, "Thanks, man." Yeah. But he's taken some marks, and he's some taller players take a bit more time to mature, Colin, and they in their football brain. He's only about 23, 24, but he's getting better every year. It's good to see. Overall performance was very, very good, and I'm not saying we're going to beat EDS next week because they are going to be a they've improved from last year and because our premiers last year.
So what do you want to see from Chelsea against EDS?
Look, I just want to see that besides putting in, and all the players putting in, and whatever you do, sometimes your best is not good enough sometimes, but as long as you put in, Colin, put your body in, and we've got a few fellas that like hitting the packs hard. So Fenimore and Tufia and Benny the fullback, he's a big monster.
Mirpur.
He might terrify in this competition, but as long as you get out there and put your mind on the job and just give your best, that's all you can do in this fitness. But I do think we'll put up a very good show against EDS, and if we can get within 4 or 5 goals, it'll be very good.
So of course you'll have the full
and we still could win. I'm not saying we can't win.
No, absolutely. But you'll give the full report next week, next
Monday, I might get some video
with votes, video, all sorts of things.
Oh, you got the whole.
Look forward to that.
The whole wacko of that, and of course Russell the Snake will be there. He's got no crutches now. He's walking around.
Oh, cool.
Well done, Snake.
Very good. Well done.
Really good job.
Well, while we're still on the football theme, Richmond, how did they go?
Richmond, I told you they beat Carlton, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, and they.
What did you say? How many points?
I didn't say I said they'd win easy, but they didn't win easy.
They won a couple of goals, yeah.
But they, other times they would have jacked up because when Carlton was coming home very strong in the last quarter of an hour, I said, there we go again, because we had 3 goals in front and they got within a point, and then we finished up winning by 2 goals. So it was a very good effort. So
that's pretty good. You got them playing Western Bulldogs this weekend, and you'll win that one.
We'll win that one by about 8.
8
and
goals.
Then we play Collingwood, and I reckon we'll beat them too.
Well, we'll wait for that prediction after we play Western Bulldogs.
Well, we've got to give these viewers a bit of information, so they want to put some money on them, Colin.
Exactly.
Make some money.
Put your hard
I made some money on Richmond on the weekend too.
Very good.
Very good.
Okay, any Cheerios, Barry?
Always Cheerios. P8, I haven't got his phone call yet, but it has cans going, P8, and Sandy and Carlos. I heard from Nos a few weeks ago. He didn't ring up. But Long John gave me a ring about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But give me a call, Phil, and we'll have a chat. Because I told you the Tigers will beat Carlton, didn't I? Hope you had some money on them. And as things going in Cairns, mate, give me a call, we'll have a chat and see what's going on, eh? Oh, yes, of course, Annie and Carla and all other people in the house in the Longapo, and everything's going. And my blackout yesterday.
Another one.
13 hours, Colin. 13, can you believe it? Philippine government, get your act together. 13 hours, and it's 40 degrees in the shade up there. What do you? A lot of people die, Colin.
Go mental.
They do. They die. They just sit in a chair with no fan. What do? You just go to sleep and die. Slack. Filipino government, get with it. And that's about all for today. I've got rid of that little thing off your chest there, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
That's goodbye from me.
Bye bye.